One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.
Greetings, this is Tai Brown and welcome to One Question. I'm here at the 2017 Women Leaders in College Sports National Convention, and I'm joined by Keisha Dunlap. Keisha is the Senior Associate Commissioner and Chief Operating Officer of Conference USA. Thanks for joining us, Keisha.
Thanks, Ty. Thanks for having me.
Now, Keisha, you've been at Conference USA for a while now. You're in your 14th year, correct?
That is correct.
And in college athletics, that's not the norm. Can you tell us what led you to stay for this long in one place?
Oh, that is a really good question because it usually takes conventions and networking opportunities like women leaders here this week, and you shake hands with someone and they ask you, how long have you been at Conference USA? And I say, I just finished my 13th year. And I always get that look like, wow, that's a long time. And it is. And I'm really blessed and thankful to have been in a spot that I love for the last 13 years. I would say, it's sometimes I think in college athletics especially, you see people getting new jobs and it looks exciting and it's fun, and you see it on social media and you see this person got a job at this place and you think to yourself, I could have gotten that job, or that sounds like a good opportunity. But sometimes I think you really just have to sit back and look at where you are, and if you're in a really good position, if you work for someone that you enjoy working for, if you're growing where you are, there's nothing wrong with longevity in one place. I joke around with people and say I might be a Conference USA lifer, but I don't have any intention of leaving at this point when I'm really happy where I am.
Well, with that longevity came a leadership change a few years ago. Can you talk about the adjustment you had to make when you had a change in commissioner?
Sure. I think everyone that's still at Conference USA that went through that transition is really lucky because that transition happened with someone that was familiar with us. So Judy McLeod was our number 2 for a very long time, and I had worked with Judy for over 10 years before while she was in that deputy role. So for me, the transition wasn't very difficult because I knew the leader. But transition, it was scary, obviously for a while. I think our presidents went through a formal search. I think that was their responsibility. They felt like that's something that they needed to do to go through that. And obviously, Judy ended up getting the position. But, going through that transition and knowing that there was a search going on, it was a little scary because you sat back and you were like, well, for me, I can't speak for everyone else, but for me, I thought, Britain moved on. Judy's going to just step right into that role. But then when the whole search happened, I kind of had to sit back and go, wait a minute, what if there is a different commissioner here? And that would have been a really difficult transition, I think, for me and probably for some others. But, for me, it's been a pretty easy transition. Obviously, Judy's role has changed a lot. Therefore, my role has changed a lot. So I've had an opportunity to grow even more where I am because things that she was doing as the number 2 or as the deputy, she has to step away from those things and give her time and attention to the commissioner seat. So that it has given me the opportunity to expand my everyday responsibilities and what I'm doing from a day-to-day standpoint in the conference office.
Right, of course, and if you would have jumped around like a lot of people do, this opportunity may not have presented itself.
Absolutely. That's 100% true.
Well, Keisha, I've known you for a while, and I appreciate everything you do at Conference USA and what you do in developing young professionals also, and just want to thank you for joining us here on One Question.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
That was Keisha Dunlap, Senior Associate Commissioner and Chief Operating Officer at Conference USA. And this is Tai Brown, signing off.
And that's today's One Question, brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996. One Question is designed to give D1 Ticker subscribers valuable insights on how executive leaders in college athletics think about key issues on their respective campuses, in their departments, or within their leagues and conferences. One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.